He plucks our fairest, sweetest flowers and transplants them into bliss.
I'm Pastor Frank Anderson, and I'm the pastor at St. Michael Lutheran Church on 400 River Road here in Columbia. We are cleaning up and preserving a traditional African American cemetery here in the Old Selwood community. We discovered the connection between St. Michael and this cemetery by doing genealogical research, and also in partnership with Pleasant Spring African Methodist Episcopal Church, where some of the descendants of the folks who are buried here are actually still members and still a part of the community. A lot of people think that Lake Murray has been here forever, and that Lake Murray is the sort of the advent of history in this community. But Lake Murray actually came very close to destroying this community in many ways. It provided opportunities, but it also broke up the community. One of the things we know about this cemetery is that the lake came in about 1928, and the last burial here is about 1928. They turned this community from here towards the dam into a moonscape. They literally bulldozed every tree, bush, rock out of here, and then proceeded to build the dam. So many of the African American cemeteries have been destroyed or plowed over or just lost and abandoned. A lot of them were family cemeteries. This happens to be a community cemetery because of the different names that we have. And so we just felt as though it was a community cemetery, so it's our community's responsibility to keep it up.
Well, I'm new to this neighborhood, but we are Lexington County GOP, St. Michael's Precinct. We just reorganized and got a whole bunch of new people involved, and had the idea of helping out and cleaning up this African American cemetery. My daughter and I were riding our bikes, and I went, oh my gosh, it's in such disrepair. They hadn't gotten people together due to COVID, but the church down the street maintains this, and it needs a lot of work. And I'm sure there's a lot of these all around South Carolina.
It's worse this year because we didn't do it last year with COVID. So we have 2 years to catch up on.
Particularly in the African American community during enslaved times, when they were able to bury their dead, they would find the largest fieldstone they could find, and they would place it at the head of the grave, very much in replicating the white cemeteries where there would be these marble markers with names and all that sort of thing.
It looks like there's trash out there. I mean, like little bottles and stuff. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, there is trash out there. This is a very well-traveled road, and sometimes people throw their litter out. One of the things we're trying to distinguish, though, is that in the African American community, they would often leave mementos of somebody's life on the grave. And so anything that looks to be over 20 or 30 years old, or even 10 years old, we leave in its place. Often flower tributes would be put in a tin can. There really wasn't a lot of fancy stuff, and so you can see remnants of tin cans on graves, and we leave those there because somebody actually left that there as a memento.
So it's a good way to meet my new neighbors at the church, and I've actually got my next door neighbor out here, Lorraine. She said, "I'll come with you." So it's really neat. It's hard to knock on people's doors when you're new in a neighborhood, but when you have a purpose to it, and you've got a goal. The underlying goal is to get to know each other. But what a great cause, maintaining a cemetery that's just been forgotten, pretty much on the side of the road.
We care.
Yeah, I mean, you're out here taking care of people's family grave sites that probably don't even know or care that you're here, some of them. And it's really an honorable thing you guys are doing.
Well, if it was in reverse, I would hope somebody would take care of mine.
So we're just here to preserve and conserve, and also to keep it from being forgotten.
Just tell Lake Murray.
Exactly. I feel like Indiana Jones of Selwood. So thank you for coming out. We really appreciate the help.
Thank you.